Hey everybody, it's Armin. So you may have recently seen a video of me announcing that I came out with some hood louvers, and I also came out with an announcement saying that if you buy my giant lightning bolt hood louvers, that I'll install them for free. So here we are. I just got these back from aluminum anodizing. They look beautiful, and they're going to look absolutely ridiculous on the car I'm about to install them on, which is the entire point of having lightning bolt hood louvers. So this is for an NC Miata. Doesn't have perfect paint on it. I've already wiped the hood down. There is no template for these. These come exactly like this. At least I don't have a template yet. So come with me as we figure out how to install these. If you're interested in picking up a pair of these, they are on my website, arhindrichs.com/store. They are available in the 25-inch version like this, and also a 15-inch version, which is probably about this big, but it's the same shape. So it still has, 3 sharp edges on this side, etc. So I've got 2 of these beauties, and we're going to install them on the hood like this. The unfortunate part of this design is that the flat end has to go towards the front of the car because this is a gurney flap design. The gurney flap must come up, and boy, it's gonna come up because these are big. This is gonna do some great stuff for the cooling of this car, as well it is going to look it's going to look ridiculous. So join me on my adventure as we figure out where to install these on the hood. My objective is to get them somewhere in this vicinity. So first things first, we're going to have to find the center of the hood. We're going to have to draw a couple of lines, try to triangulate what level is, and then line these up with the bottom along with a level, and then I'll go from there. It can be easier to do this with a laser level. I don't have my laser level on me, and I usually keep it at home. But if you wanted to do that, this would be something you would set the hood on the pointy ends upright, set your level up in front of it, figure out the center position, line it up, level it, etc., etc. Alright, so we're going to be using some painter's tape. We're going to be using our seamstress measuring tape, as we always do. And let's take some rough measurements and figure this out as we go. First things first, finding the center. So we're going to put a piece of tape here at the front. I'm going to be finding center on the front by using the front latch as my center reference. So if we assume the latch is the center position, then we put a mark right there. That's center. If we go to the back side here, there's a couple of reference pieces here. What we can do is we can either reference ourselves off of the underside where there's a little square marking, which is approximately in this area, or what you can do is what I'm going to do. Measure from the 2 indentations where there's the contour here. This is about 16¼ inches here, so we'll mark right in the middle of that. Just figure out where center is. So let's do that. I'm going to take a little piece of tape. I'm going to stick it about right here. Hoping that's center. I can always move a piece of tape, right? Now the next part I'm going to do, I got to just come up with a reference point for triangulating this to see about where I can get level from. Because if you look at this hood, put a piece of tape across it, it may look level until you start measuring, and then it's going to look really off. So we need to measure. Let's measure level from one of the corners to the center, and then we can place a piece of tape there and mark at a certain distance, let's say. About 3/4 inch off from the 10-inch marker. Honestly, this is perfectly fine. What I'm going to do now is just put a whole bunch of pieces of tape later. We have a line. I can go all the way across, and we'll have a center on it. Now let's figure out how far off we want to go. I figure about, let's say, go 3 inches to one side, 3 inches to the other side. Now I'm going to sit these guys on the hood. Let's try to figure out if we can get those things straight next. Okay, thank you for all your patience. What we've done now is we've gone through and triangulated and retriangulated, measured again, measured again. I've found out my center at the front, my center at the rear. I came up with a center line. I approximated that I wanted to be around 10 inches to the front. I came up with a line here. The line ended up being about 9.25, and then I ended up not being correct in my triangulation to the corners. So we got moved back to, we're about 9 inches. I figured I wanted to be between 8 and 10 inches overall for the front of these louvers, and then I wanted them to be 5 inches apart from the base right here. So then I drew my lines here, I drew my straight line across, and then I set them on here. I found my end points so I can make sure they're aligned when I go to cut them, so there won't be any deviations. What I've found is that if you measure from the top outward, I get about a ½ inch difference from there to there and there to there. So this one was 18 7/8, and that one was about 19 1/16 to 19. But when I measure from the front to either of those points, I get the exact same number. So I'm satisfied with the centering on that. We're gonna go ahead and roll this stupid thing up. I'm gonna lay down a ton of tape. We're gonna mark between the, gosh, let me just put this stupid tape down. I'm gonna put tape down along this border here, and I'm going to mark from here to here, to there, to there, to there, to there. I'm pretty much just gonna trace the whole area out and then draw my straight lines, cut along those straight lines. So it should be a relatively easy cut. Not as easy as maybe my some of my other hood louver designs, but a template wouldn't make this, I don't think, too much easier, because you still have to make sure that you got these things level. Okay. All right, we're ready to cut. So I wanted to do all this prep today because tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. And as you see, we have our design all cut out here, or our design set up here. I've got all of my drill points marked out for all of my rivets. And tomorrow we'll get this thing finished. The rivets, I actually do have some black rivets that might make this look nice too. Let's get to cutting. All right, so as you see, we're ready to cut this morning. All the lines I need to cut are straight lines. As a matter of fact, I think I want to go ahead and punch my holes before I start cutting, considering the hole position is probably going to be really flimsy after I cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all my hole positions first, and then we'll commence with the cuts. The cuts are going to be real easy. It's all straight lines, and then we'll figure out the backside afterward. Let me put this down and go get my punch. piloted all of my holes. So now that all those are done, I'll worry about drilling them out after the fact. We're gonna go ahead and get to cutting. And there you have it, we've cut one side out. That was actually super easy. The underside's probably gonna be a little more of a pain just because, well, I have to match that. But there you go, one nice clean cut lightning bolt. Side number two. All right, we're done with the top side. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off all of my tape, clean off the front end, and flip it over on the sawhorses. Now wipe down the backside just so we'd have somewhere clean to draw on. See if we can't match our contours here. All right, I had to take a small break there. I had to run and go dyno a car, back to cutting. Or rather, back to rounding edges off. Seems like I got a good bit of it done on the back side. It's probably about time to flip this over and clean up the front side now. 25-30 seconds, and I'm going back and I'm deburring the edges with my little tapered bit, my countersink bit. All right, there we have it. We have hood louvers in the shape of lightning bolts. Now let's install this on the car. Oh, I can bend a couple of these a little bit.
Check these bad boys out.
Well, if you're interested in picking up a set of these, they're on our website, arhindrichs.com/store. Thanks for watching.